Hello everyone. In this session, again we try some more problems on straight lines. Now my first illustration is if a comma b represents the range of alpha, where alpha comma 2 is a point which lies inside the triangle formed by three lines whose equations are given to me, then b minus a is, and the four options. First of all, I want to make clear question could have been even in the subjective form, but since I wanted to set it in the multiple option, so I'm going for interval or range of alpha, correct? And then once a and b are known to me, I can always evaluate b minus a. So asking for the answer becomes easy when it is in the multiple option by asking for b minus a instead of a comma b. So I start with something like this, that first of all I try to draw the correct figure. Now again my request even in this session would be like in the previous ones, that you must try to draw the figures in the proper orientation and if possible in proper scale also. For example, 4x minus y equal to 31. This line has slope 4 which is positive. So I have drawn that line making acute angle with the x-axis. If x plus y equal to 4, I have to draw. X plus y equal to 4 means slope is minus 1. So line will be making 135 degrees with the x-axis. So I have drawn that x plus y equal to 4 such that line makes 135 degrees with the x-axis. Correct? So this way try to draw the figure in proper orientation and if possible, as I said, in proper scale also. Another thing what I observe here is I can place alpha comma 2 because this would lie on the line y equal to 2, correct? And y equal to 2 means it would be a line parallel to x-axis. So I have drawn a line parallel to x-axis. That line which I have drawn parallel to x-axis meets the triangle at m and n. So tell me, if I have to find out the range of alpha, that means I will have to see abscissa of m and n, and that would actually solve the problem, correct? So I go for that triangle PQR which is made by those three lines. I know alpha comma 2 lies on the line y equal to 2. So alpha will vary from abscissa of m to abscissa of n, and I understand that y equal to 2 needs to be solved with equation of PQ and equation of PR to get those abscissae, right? And that leads to 22 by 3 comma 2 for point PM, and for point Q, if I solve, I will get 33 by 4 comma 2, correct? So abscissa I am interested in. So 22 by 3 and 33 by 4. That are actually my points of interest. So my A is 22 by 3 and B is 33 by 4. So what would be B minus A? B minus A would be just the difference of those two. That is nothing but 11 by 12. And the correct answer would be A. Since I tried to draw the figure in proper scale, that is why solution's length is extremely short. Otherwise, method would have been very, very long. Like you would have perhaps tried to find out points P, Q, R, etc. Point R will satisfy a particular type of inequality with respect to line PQ. That exercise you will have to do thrice. I mean, it would have been extremely dirty method to solve it. So understand one thing, if you draw proper figure, your solutions length would be extremely small, and actually problem is a well designed problem. So your method also should be the elegant one. Okay. So let us move to the next one. And the next one is line L is given by 2x plus y minus x equal to 0, and that line works as a plane mirror, and a ray of light passing through 3 comma 10 is incident on line L. The reflected ray passes through 0.7 comma 2. I mean, this is the information about incident ray and the reflected ray. The equations of the incident and reflected rays, some types are given to you, and then in terms of ABC and PQR, certain expression is asked, and value of that expression is to be obtained as four options are given. Now when you read the question, my mind tells me that I need to draw the figure first. Now if I draw the figure, somewhere that incident ray, somewhere that reflected ray I will show, right? Point P I am showing as 3 comma 10, point Q I am showing as 7 comma 2, and what I do is I draw perpendicular from point P and point Q to that line, and feet of the perpendicular I have named as M and N. I go for length PM only out of interest. What is length PM? I find out length PM is 2 root 5. I mean, what prompted me to do that? I cannot give you explanation. That is called perhaps intuition, right? And Qn I try to find out. And I understand Qn is also 2 root 5 and hence line PQ is parallel to Mn. See, it's such a wonderful conclusion I could find because I went for PM. So such, like intuitive methods also at times you have to find out. Okay. Now I go for further as I name midpoint of PQ as S. Because P and Q are known to me, I can always find S. And my S is 5, 6. And just out of interest again, I am trying to find out what is PS. And PS turned out to be half of PQ and that is 2 root 5. You know what is happening? Length PS is 2 root 5. Length PM and QN are also 2 root 5 and hence angle SPR will be 45 degree. You must be wondering that why I am finding angle SPR. Maybe in further steps you will understand that why did I find angle SPR. My next step is that since the slope of line L is given to be -2 and SR is perpendicular to that, so slope of SR would be 1 by 2. So I can easily write now equation of SR. Now point S is known to me, slope of SR is known to me, I can write equation of SR. And that is x minus 2y plus 7 equal to 0. Now what for I am doing that? Why I am finding that? Now I can solve equations of SR and equation of line L to get that point R. And that after solving, I get point R as 1, 4. Once R is known to me, slope of PR I can find out by formula y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. And that is nothing but 10 minus 4 upon 3 minus 1. So that gives me answer as 3. Now, why I had found angle SPR? That was 45 degree. So I realized that PR and QR are now going to be perpendicular to each other and hence straight away I can write slope of QR as minus 1 by 3. And once slopes of PR and QR are known to me, I can write their equations because they were actually required for the problem. And now from here, I am able to write what are ABC, what are PQR, substitute in the required expression PA plus QB plus RC and evaluate its absolute value, and that is nothing but 13. So my correct option is 13. I hope things are clear to you. Again, here also that one thing that PM and QN, they are equal. Whether I tried that intuitively, fine. But finally, that has solved the problem. Okay. So let us move to the next one. And the next one is ABCD is a square. A moves on the positive x-axis and B on the positive y-axis and C and D lie in the first quadrant. The path of the center of the square is, and some 4 options are given to me. Now draw a figure as required. Point A on the x-axis, point B on the y-axis and C and D in the first quadrant. And you are talking about the center of the square. So obviously you will have to join the diagonals to get point M, which is center of the square. Now why do I say first of all that point M is a moving point? That also you must understand. Now point A changes its position, point B changes its position and hence positions of C and D will also change. And hence point M also changes its position. So understand this, point M is a moving point and hence the question about the path of point M. Correct? I mean, whether it is a fraction of second thing, but you must do that exercise to understand that what I am actually solving. Path of M is required means first of all, path can be found only when point M is a moving point. Okay. Now what I observe is that OAMB is a cyclic quadrilateral. How many of you can see that? I have shown there are two 90 degrees opposite angles. Means OAMB is a cyclic quadrilateral and also angle MBA, that is 45 degree. Correct? I hope everyone understands why is it so. And that tells me that angle MOA is also 45 degree. Apply properties of cyclic quadrilateral. Whatever you have learned in geometry, that can be applied here. I mean, no one tells you not to apply that. So whatever information you have, you can apply here. And I find angle MOA as 45 degree. So what is my conclusion from here? M moves on a line which passes through origin and makes 45 degree with the x-axis. So does that not tell that point M moves on the line y equal to x? So the correct option should be D. That is the path of point. Now let us move to the next question, and that perhaps may be my last question of this session. Now a line 3x plus 7y equal to 21 meets the coordinate axis at points A and B. O is the origin and rectangle OAPB is completed. Then the number of lattice points inside the rectangle is, and you are given some 4 options. Now understand one thing. There is question about lattice points. So you should know meaning of lattice points. Lattice point means point which has integer coordinates. Remember this forever. Point which has integer coordinates would be named as lattice points. The question is, how many lattice points can be there inside the rectangle? So obviously I will have to draw the figure and check. I draw the figure. How do I draw? I draw that line first. 3x plus 7y equal to 21. When I say 3x plus 7y equal to 21 is to be drawn, so you may need point on the x-axis, point on the y-axis. How do I find point on the x-axis? By putting y equal to 0. So x turns out to be 7, right? So point where that line meets the x-axis would be 7, 0. Similarly, I have to find point on the y-axis. Now substitute x equal to 0 and get y equal to 3. So line passes through 0, 3 and 7, 0, correct? And now complete the rectangle OAPB. And you know what I have done? I have just drawn lines x equal to 1, x equal to 2, etc. Then y equal to 1, y equal to 2. And check the intersection points. That number of intersection points will always be number of lattice points, because all those points of intersection inside rectangle, what I have shown in the figure, will have integer coordinates, means lattice points. So the number of lattice points is 12, and hence the correct option is A. I hope you enjoyed this problem. Okay, so when I meet next, again some more problems I'll be bringing. Till then, stay tuned. Hope you enjoyed this session. If you have liked the video, please click on this side to subscribe. And if you want to place an order for the book, please click on this side. Thank you.